Hello and welcome, this is Rob Chisholm and I'm going to show you Affinity Photo, save the file, back it up to an SD card. It's quite important if we first understand how Affinity Photo works. At the moment there's lots of images in Affinity Photo and because we can see them we presume they're all saved. Well, they're not. They're kind of, but they're not. So we go to Files, we can see some of the images. So hold on a minute. I thought they were saved. So there's a limited amount there and they're not saved. How can that be? Because, we can see them here. So the first thing to do is we go to this one here. Oop, okay, press a bit firm. There we go. I press once, not hold. And what I'm going to do is go save. So this is Gran Original and it should say save. So it's saving in AF Photo, Affinity Photo. That's the format it's going to be able to keep all the original files and layers, etc. Well, we hope so. And it's now saved. So we hope we'll go and have a look. It's a shame we can't do split screen with files and Affinity Photo, but you cannot. So we've got Gran Original up here, and that's 236 megabytes. So we've got that. That's good. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that over to here, disk 3. So it will take a moment or two. So I could drag and drop, but there's lots of folders there. So I'm just going to do the share. Seems to work a little bit easier. Share to files, Affinity Photo, and we'll go save. So as I say, it's a big file, but it shouldn't take long because an iPad Pro has USB 3 capability apparently, and it's right into a card that writes at a maximum speed of 70 megabytes. So do the math, 236 megabytes, and we should have been a long time ago finished. So if you've got some big files or lots of them, you will make sure your iPad's powered up and ready to do the job, and go away and have a cup of tea. So I'm not going to exit the files just in case it discontinues doing what it's doing. So hopefully that's done, and now we go to the folder which I've already made, Affinity Photo, and in here we can see 236 megabytes on the SD card, Gran Original. The only thing is there's no visual representation. So it's probably a good idea if I just say Nepal. So these are images I took when I was in Nepal, and they're there, and we should be able to just drag that in. Yeah, that's good. Oh, early morning. Just going to, I'm going to take the other one there, and we'll open that up. So you can see there's a visual representation. It says Nepal early morning, and then next to it at 146 megabytes it says Nepal early morning. That's the original Affinity Photo file, so there's no visual representation. So what I will do is make one. So go back to Affinity Photo, make sure we've got the right file. Hello, wakey wakey. I think because it's a slightly big file, it takes a moment to load. So we do export, and we just pretty much do the same thing. So we've got JPEG selected, we go share, and we're not going to save to images because that would be on the iPad. We're going to save to files, and we can go to the folder. So it's all quite handy because it knows where you're going in a way. Should be done pretty quick. It's done. Go back. And we want to make sure we are on disk 3, that's the SD card, Affinity Photo, Nepal, and there's our original, Gran Original, and it's also next to it is the original file. So if I was to get rid of that file and the one next to it, which we'll do now, we're going to save over 240 megs. So first things to do is to be careful when you do this, so you understand. It will give you a warning. So that file, I'm not going to delete it well, I am, but I'm going to use, they use the word close. So close is delete. So if you close this document now, you'll lose any changes you've made to it, which are not already blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and it is gone. So we just want to make sure it's gone as well. So in Files on the iPad, Affinity Photo, it's not gone, is it? It's gone from Affinity Photo, but it's there. So what I'll do is I'm going to get it, delete it, and it's gone. So that then will reduce your file size overall. Obviously, if you do this from the beginning, if you so wish, you will keep on top of your storage space on top of your iPad. This is, I think, 256 gigs or something. But it soon mounts up, and once you've got it mounted up, you have to do some housework and clean it out. So it's probably a good idea to keep some sort of system or put them on the cloud and so on. Many thanks, Rob Chisholm.